People, Deluded, I'm back again. Good morning, and I hope you're all doing well and safe. Now, it's been long speculated, it's been long spoken about. At one point it looked uncertain, and then it looked like a formality. Every minute it was different clubs. We finally got over the line with Aubameyang. We knew it was going to happen, but it's been officially confirmed. We don't need to go over the will he, won't he, is he motivated, is he not, and all of these sort of things. He's signed now. Obviously, he's signed for whatever reason. Only he knows truthfully. We can listen to the PR statements. We can listen to the honest statements from him. We can listen to everybody. But we'll never know truly. For me, I think like I said, I always say, there's no assurances. There's no assurances that Arteta, as much as I believe it to be the case, is the man to take us forward. But there's no guarantees we're going to get top four and do major trophies. But the one thing that has to be there is that you can see several variables in place to at least believe you have a chance to do such. Do you get it? There might be no light at the end of the tunnel for Arteta and Arsenal getting top four in the holy grail of trophies and stuff. But Arteta has shown he is the man to at least be given the opportunity to go down that road. And Aubameyang probably feels the same. And relating it to Aubameyang's future, of course, there's no assurances. It's probably highly unlikely in his 3 years that he's going to win a major honours, a Premier League or Champions League at Arsenal. I'd love that to be the case, but it's not realistic. It's not. But for whatever reason, he's deemed that this is where he wants to spend the rest of his career or the last couple of years of his contract, essentially. And again, there's a lot of PR in the statements. I do think he still wants to be here and things, but you lot know with contract statements, I won't say it's not that it's not honest, but you don't necessarily get the answer you're looking for. But I do think the devil is in the details, people. And again, I wouldn't say this is necessarily a detail, and it's Aubameyang has to know what the club is trying to do if he wants to commit his future. But I think this statement here both proves how vital Arteta is, and obviously what Arteta can do for this club. Because the minute he came in, apparently he had reservations about Aubameyang. Then it quickly switched to he's taking Aubameyang's future into his own hands in relation to keeping him at this club. Obviously, he's not dotting the I's and crossing the T's in contracts, but he's doing all he can to persuade Aubameyang that this is the right place to stay. People look at Aubameyang's age and think, there's not much improvement, and I agree to a degree. But as professional footballers, you always want to improve. There's always something, at 31, 31, 32, there must be something he can still improve on and get better. If you never want to improve as a footballer, it's dead. You look at Cristiano Ronaldo. He could have very much sat on his laurels when he was at the peak of his things at United. He went on to do further greatness at Madrid and whatnot. So there's always something that you want to do. So if he believes this is a place for him to do that, cool. If he believes in the project, cool. If he's comfortable in London, cool. And obviously he wants to hear about what we're doing as a club. He said, this is in relation to Aubameyang and Ian Wright's interview, which is up there. He said, I had a chat with Mikel, and I think he gave me something very clear about the idea of the future of the club and about me. He was straight and honest, and that's what I like, because we are always honest. Okay, he said, okay, you can maybe leave. I don't know what your mind is thinking right now, but you can leave and go for trophies at other clubs, or you can stay here and have a legacy. This for me was the key word. And again, trophies are important, Trophies are all that matters, Legends, listen, I want legacies and all of these sort of things. But, you look at every legend of every club, at some point, all you get is a pat on the back and goodbye. You're no longer, it's not that you're not relevant when you're not playing. It's, you're not holding that stature. And the game outlasts everyone. So as much as I would want a legacy, I'd love to be an Arsenal legend. I don't think it's the variable. I think the only legacy I owe is to myself. When I call it a day, what do my kids say about me? What can I tell my grandkids, what does it say about me on paper? It's about leaving my own legacy. I don't believe footballers should live for other people. Everybody wants everyone to stay at their club for years, but they've got their own lives to live. But obviously legacy is important. Legacy lives beyond Aubameyang, like, again, touch wood, but the likes of Dennis, Ian, Thierry, sadly when they lose their lives, they're going to still be they're never going to die. They've got legacies. They're going to be there forever. You look at Bob Marley. Sadly, he lost his life many moons ago, but his music and his work and his body and the way he's impacted people still lives on. Now, Aubameyang ain't no Bob Marley, but there's a legacy. And when you consider his dad and playing for the Gabon national team, I can see why, not that trophies don't matter to him, but it's not the be all and end all, and why legacy is important. As you lot know, he's on 72 goals. There's a high chance for Arsenal there's a high chance if he continues at this rate, you know, he gets 100 goals for Arsenal on top of all the other statistics he has. You know, he's already in Arsenal folklore. He's not quite a legend, but he's already in Arsenal folklore. He's been a captain and he's led us, you know, to an FA Cup trophy and played a key part in the last 2 games of that. You know, he is on his way to doing such. And that's what you like, you know. Arteta's going to call a spade a spade. You can win trophies elsewhere, you can do other things which would appeal, but you could, you know, be a legend here. And ultimately, being a legend, I don't see a trophy for being a legend, but if that's what Aubameyang wants to do, it is what it is. He also said, we had a chat when we were in lockdown. He called me. Normally, we have to speak about the game. He called me and said, forget about it. I had prepared maybe 2 pages, and he said, yeah, forget about it. Let's talk about real things. I want to be honest with you. How do you feel? And I was like, I have to say the truth, I feel very good. It was maybe 2 months or 3 months that he was here, and the training, you can feel the passion, you can feel everything from this guy. He's so good. He's the kind of guy who you can trust in. You know, that says it all. I can't really add on it. That says it all. You know, we keep showing in different ways that Arteta is a man of principles, a man of charisma, ultimately the man for this job. I can't add on that. You know, you've seen what I've read, people. Not to bash Emre because he's nothing to do with this. I don't see Aubameyang signing a new deal, let alone speaking about Emre like this. He said, he said, you can feel everything from this guy. He's so good. He's the kind of guy who you can trust. You can trust in him. And that's, you need the manager's trust. He said, I believe in Arsenal. We can achieve big things together. We have something exciting here. And I believe the best is yet to come for Arsenal. And that's true. I believe that as well. You know, obviously, on one hand, you could say there is something building with the many things Arteta's improved, with the 2 trophy wins, with him signing a new deal, with Gabriel and Saliba coming in long term. Potentially 2 midfielders on top of Willian. You know, you can feel good, but I do think these sort of things, while it's a positive, it's creating a false image of sorts of our club. You know, we finished 8th. We're terrible defensively. Consistency in many different shades as to what is the reason we didn't get top 4. There's a lot to improve on. Even the things Arteta's improving in us in. You know, I'm not getting at him at all. You know, he's done a lot, but you know, comparing Arsenal to what we was before and the improvement, you know, it's not necessarily the standard. It's not necessarily anything to be praised about. There's a long way as a football club to go, and Arteta knows that. But if Aubameyang at least wants to give it a try, that's enough for me. And I believe, for me anyways, out of all the contract talks and all the things he could have said yesterday, this is what I took away from it. Mainly, people, that he trusts in Arteta, that he believes in this project, that he's ultimately, this is why he's comfortable him being here, you know. Because if he didn't feel good here, he wouldn't be here, or something would have to go, or there'd be rumblings in regards to this new season about his future. So we'll have to see what go on, man. We'll have to see. I ain't got nothing else to add, so I'm going to get out of here, man. People, DG.